this call over to our illustrious guest. Let's see. And absolutely, as you are growing your business and brand, Shamara is somebody that you should absolutely be reaching out to help you to do that. And so, yes, TV producer and now full-time content creator, has a amazing online presence everywhere, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you want to be. I love her YouTube. You'll be cracking up laughing, especially the Christian stories. Lord, the Christian stories. Woo, honey. So yeah, absolutely follow. She is an amazing person. I'm going to turn it over to you, Miss Cox. I'm going to get our spotlight on you and allow you to be our co-host and able to share your screen. Let me see, make co-host and let me spotlight you. Spotlight for everyone. So get your notepads out, everybody, because I definitely have mine out because I know this is going to be good. So welcome.
Thank you so much, Darlaina, for having me here. I'm just honored. I feel so honored to be here to speak with all of you and really to get to know you. I was praying, I was asking God, like, Lord, what are we going to do today? Because I do have a webinar that I can walk you through, but I also like to have conversation to get to know you and see exactly where you are, where you're stuck, where you want to get unstuck, where you want to be. And then we can go into parts of the webinar. We probably won't go into everything. So I want to start off by first saying hello and thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. And then secondly, I want to know from you all, what is your offer? What do you have to offer? So I heard Darlaina say that Loretta just launched her course. So what else is out there? Do we have some coaching programs? Do we have e-courses? Do we have guides? Do we have books? And you can feel free to unmute yourself or you can write in the chat. I do have my chat feature up. So what is your offer? And say it with confidence.
Or even what you are working on as your offer. Because a lot of us are really at the beginning stages of even thinking about what to put out. So let me just call people out. I'm going to see. So I'm going to just go across the screen and who I see first, Brenda Bryan. Brenda is an amazing lady, lives in New York City. She makes t-shirts and pillows and jewelry. And, sometimes, we have these products and trying to determine what the service should be is that accurate, Brenda?
Yes, it is. And one more thing I have to offer is my self-help journal that will soon be out.
Absolutely. The next person next to Brenda is Sherry Hobson. Sherry Hobson is also out of New York, Bed-Stuy. She is also amazing. Has a brand called Legacy Bolani. It is a high-end headpiece thing for VIPs, for weddings and all of that kind of stuff. She's also a seamstress. She's also a creative. And so she is always creating stuff, probably for her self-help or something. I don't know. Is that accurate, Sherry?
Pretty much. I'm a designer and I design, and I interior design as well as fashion design. Right now, I'm really excited about the accessories that I create for men and women for bridal and red carpet events.
Yeah. Okay. And then Dr. Loretta, you got her story. Then Heaven on Earth Travel, Miss Debbie Vitale. She is, hold on, let me get it. She not downstate, she upstate New York. She up there where the bougie people live at.
Hudson Valley, New York.
Hudson Valley, New York. She is a travel agent and all around amazing lady. So I know she has multiple talents. So if there's anything else you want to add, Debbie, by all means, please do so.
Sure. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So yes, I do. My focus is groups and reunions, travel packages that include cruises as well as experiences, as we call them now. It's no longer just booking a flight and getting a hotel. Now it's particularly the millennials, they want the experience. So it could be, going to places other than the Caribbean. We're looking at Africa, we're looking at Europe, we're looking at other destinations for a little bit longer, a little bit further. So I've been at this for a while and I'm looking to expand. So thank you and welcome.
Awesome. Awesome. Let me see who else is here. Tommy is in the building. Tommy is here. I haven't seen Tommy in a while. Tommy, I put out a hey call and let people know that you were going to be here. And I know that Tommy is growing her business as well. So Tommy, please tell us what you're working on. Hold on. Unmute yourself, darling.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, everyone. Brenda Bryan. Look at Debbie. I seen y'all. I saw Miss Bridget over there, too.
Yes, Bridget is here as well.
My Leo sister. Our time is coming.
Yes, yes.
So what I have is a technology platform, and it deals in travel and trade. So that's what I do. And we have a lot of things going on, and I have been online trying to get my social media up because I know that it's possible to do and get a big following. So when Darlaina sent me this note, I said, let me get up because I'm on Central Time. So y'all ahead of me. But I said, let me get up and get on here and see what she got popping.
I love it. I love it. And next is Mr. Michael Rivers. Michael Rivers is a mover and shaker. He's out of the Philadelphia market. I think first, Tommy, you're in Alabama, right?
Mississippi, girl, Mississippi.
Oh, M.I. Crooked Letter. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, I want to get that right. So Michael is absolutely someone who is a mover and shaker. He does some social media stuff, but Michael, if you want to share some of what you are doing and how you want social media to help you.
I am honored. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm honored to even be here among all of you amazing people. Darlaina, you're the best, and thank God for your special invited guest. I really respect your platform and everything that I've heard about you. I believe in giving honor to who it's rightfully and righteously owed to. A lot of people just give God the praise. I give God and the person that's behind the things that were happened or that was allowed to happen. So that's the first. But what I'm working on now, I am in need of a solicitor because some things that I have on my table is, to the natural mind, it's like unbelievable, right? So there is an event that's happening here in Philadelphia in August that I would love to invite each one of you to, but in particular, your especially invited guest, Darlaina, and you, because we have some areas in Philadelphia under contract, and I have a contract right now with 8 hotels here in Philadelphia, and also the convention center and so forth in Atlantic City. But I need a special mouthpiece to help close these deals. I also have Comcast that is interested in being a presenting sponsor. So some things that you have on a table, my initial team, God allowed me to part ways with them, but they've done as much as they could. But now I'm waiting for the righteous people to step in place. Before I used to put pieces together and people together without fully understanding who they were. God smacked my hand and my face and told me, stop that.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
The people that I've been working with is Ashanti, Nicki Minaj, her mother, and now the person that made DMX famous before he was DMX. There's an opportunity to tell his story and for him to be reintroduced to the world. And I compared his story to the Good Samaritan and the Prodigal Son. So those years of DMX's life is equivalent to the years that Christ Jesus was walking on this earth before people knew who he was at the age of 30. So this little space in between is an opportunity that the right people with the right, platforms and the right vision, they can make a huge amount of impact in this world and also capital. So that's the biggest thing. I'm sorry to cram everything in. I don't want to step on anybody's toes and cautious of time.
Thank you.
But I'll be sending over information to you, Darlaina, for you to send to your amazing friend.
Okay.
But this is literally like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I also want to extend an opportunity to have a pitch party at Cal Mirage's mansion. That's Nicki Minaj's mother, in
Okay.
Nassau County, New York. So that's what we have an opportunity to partake in.
Okay.
I'll yield on that, and I'll follow back up with you shortly. God
All right.
bless.
Cool biz. All right, Miss Marilyn. I don't know if she can talk or not, but Miss Marilyn is working on a children's healthy book, healthy journal. I don't know. Miss Marilyn, can you talk a moment? She's in Philadelphia also.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm working on a children's health and wellness journal book on how to eat to live to stay focused with their dieting.
Nice. So of course, we need social media for that. The next person that I see is Bridget Yelder. Bridget Yelder is a lady trucker. Has an amazing story of triumph, of betrayal and love and all of that. So she is an author. She is also a publisher, because after she wrote her book, she taught other women how to write their stories. So I'm certain that social media will help her to grow as well. Did I leave anything out, Miss Bridget?
No, just mainly you covered it. I just want to be able to be impactful with my social media presence. A lot of people, I guess I'm not at those massive numbers that I see people get, but I also want to be impactful. I don't want to get a bunch of people who listen to me and I'm not impacting them. So if I'm going to gather the numbers, I want to be impactful with the numbers. I want to impact thousands of people, not just have them on the roster and they just look at my material and it's not impactful. So I want to make a difference with what I say, because the message that I share of overcoming domestic violence is important to me. And I want to relay that in what I do.
Absolutely. And you're the one in Alabama, right?
Right. I'm in Alabama. Tommy is in Mississippi and I'm in Alabama.
Verkeisha is a workhorse. That's all I know about Verkeisha, is that she worked hard. So Verkeisha, tell us what it is that you would like to have happen with your social media presence.
Good morning. Well, for me, I'm a photographer, so I'm gonna need my social media.
Yes.
If you want to see images.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared.
And tell us what city you're in. That's okay. Photography is the answer. And then what city are you in?
I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm also a trucker too. I've had my CDL for about 10 years, but but my main squeeze is photography. That's what I love.
Awesome. Well, we definitely are gonna get you all the way straight. Let's see who else is here. Alicia is working on a bunch of figuring out. So Alicia, is there anything that you want to share that you want to do with your social media? I don't know. She might be working. Margaret's here. Margaret, what would you like to see happen with your social media?
What I like to have with my social media, I like to make people more aware of what I'm doing, because I'm not just only doing lingerie. I want to do lingerie parties. I also want to do my wine parties, and either separate or in combination of, because it's just more to just lingerie than just just wearing it. Because everybody wants to feel beautiful. Everybody wants to know that they are beautiful inside and out. It's just not about being beautiful on the outside, just all over. I want people to understand that who they are and what they're here for. Everybody has a purpose here, everyone. And I also understand what Michael was saying too about having people in your life that don't belong there and such. And when God calls you to have different people into your life, into your business, that is the main key to a lot of things that we have to understand, is putting people in your life that's supposed to be in your life. And that way it'll help everything move to and fro, and like God wants us to move.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. And the last two people I saw was JT and Gwen. So Gwen, go ahead first, and then we'll let JT say what she wants to happen with her social media, and then we'll go from there. Oh, there's Alicia. Alicia says she's a travel agent and she designs websites, so wants to market herself. Okay, we got you.
And with me, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm not really able to talk for a long time this morning, and I know you're trying to move on. Anyway, so I'm just looking to increase and to be able to maybe incorporate TikTok or something like that. I need to be able to do it on a regular basis to engage with my consumers.
Absolutely. And lastly, JT?
I just want to, I guess, get more traffic to my page, as well as I need to probably narrow down because I'm all over the place. So
okay.
that
Sounds good. Thank you everybody for your amazing introductions. We have a gamut of people here, as you can see, Shamara. So tell us what you know.
Yeah, this was awesome. And the reason why I wanted to hear your offer is because we have to get clear on what it is that we're offering our target audience. One, to make sure that that is exactly what they want. And two, so that we are showing up as the expert in our field. The reality is no one will buy from you unless they trust you, unless they love you, and unless they know you, right? But in order for that to happen, you actually have to build relationships with your audience. But before you can build relationships with your audience, you gotta know, what am I offering my audience? What is it that they need? And how can I best serve them? And so I want you to keep this in mind. And I won't go through the entire webinar because we definitely don't have time, but I want you to keep this in mind. The law of sowing and reaping. Trust in the law of sowing and reaping. That is found in 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6, where it says, those who sow sparingly shall reap sparingly, and those who sow generously shall reap generously. Why am I bringing this up? Because when you are on your social media, you need to give to your audience. You need to serve your audience. If you're going to show up as the expert, you got to start talking about what it is that you do. And you got to let them know, like, I am the go-to person. So I heard a couple of people say, I want to create travel experiences. Well, are you traveling? Have you had other people travel? And is this showing up on your social media so that others can see, like, wait, this person does curate these experiences and I need this, right? But then you also have to think about, why do they need these travel experiences? With everything that's going on in this world, why is travel so important? Well, we'll get to that as soon as we talk about binge-worthy content. But the answer is because people are looking for an escape. Their life is hard. Work is harder, and people are looking for an escape. People are also looking to spend more time with their family. And so that's what you're doing for people. You are curating experiences so that they can spend time with their family and drive deep relationships. But the reality is they will never know that unless you are showing up on social media. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Today is heavily focused on video. So the person who said, I do photography, this works for you as well, because video marketing is super important. And you'll need to be able to tell your stories via video while still showing your still images to let people know that taking photos is still so important today, because you are capturing a memory for a lifetime, right? So again, trust in the law of sowing and reaping. You need to be able to add value and show up as the expert. And I'm going to show you how to do that.
Yay.
So today, yes, today we're going to talk about how to make high converting reels, but then we're also going to talk about the ultimate secret to binge-worthy reels. You'll see me skipping a bunch of stuff because I want to make sure that we get it in. Yeah, you'll see that. All right, so as Darlaina introduced, I am Star. I do have 14 years in the film and television industry. I did work at A&E for about 4 years, but I jumped around to other production companies and TV networks. And everything that I learned in the TV industry is what I've taken now. And now I'm gonna share 3 secrets with you so that you can elevate your content. I heard a lot of people say, I wanna grow my following. I wanna grow my following. That will come, because when you're creating binge-worthy content, 3 things happen. You have influence, income, and impact. Without that, you're not going to be making any type of splash on social media, right? But I also want you to keep in mind, it is about the following and it's not about the following. And why do I say that? Because a lot of times people think that they can't make their offers or they can't serve or they can't sell if their following isn't high. And it's not true. The reality is when you are sowing, when you are serving God's people, when you are adding value, when you are showing up as the expert, then people want to buy from you. But the reality is you have to show up, and you have to show up and position yourself in a way that people can find you. Your audience is on Instagram. Your audience is on YouTube. Your audience is on TikTok. Now, I'm not saying go to all these platforms and start creating content. No, master one platform at a time so that your audience knows, okay, this is who I want to work with, and then move on to the next platform. So I'm going to share with you 3 secrets that's going to help you with growing your social media, but most importantly, driving a deep relationship with your audience. So here is the first movie industry secret. What is a reel? What is a reel? A reel is a commercial that represents your brand. So even if you're on TikTok, a TikTok is a commercial that represents your brand. I want you to think about all your content that's on social media. These are commercials that represent your brand. So even when I asked, what is your offer? And some were saying, well, I'm still working on it. Let me tell you right now, in the movie industry, when we have an idea for a movie and it has been approved, so has budgeting, and we haven't even shot it yet, best believe the commercial's already coming out. Which means that even when you are working on your projects, even when you are working on your courses, even when you don't have anything to sell yet, you need to start having coming attractions that's coming out about what it is that you are offering your audience. Why? Because how would you know that they desire it unless you put it out there? We put out feelers in the TV industry to see who's going to bite. So we're going to go deeper into this, but I want you to think about Black Panther, because that's actually one of my favorite movies I like to talk about. When Black Panther was coming out, even before the movie was ready, what did you see? A trailer. You saw a trailer come out, and the trailer lets you know, hey, this is what's coming down the pipeline. So I want you to think about that for your services, for your products, for your digital products. Like, okay, if I'm going to be creating a course, let me start putting out feelers. And how do you put out feelers? By adding value. You start teaching on what it is that you're going to be offering your audience, right? So I do this a lot whenever I'm talking about reels, whenever I'm talking about video content. I'm already showing you like, hey, this is how you package your message. This is how you package your offer. This is how you show up as the expert, and not just any expert. You need to show up as the engaging expert, because there are many experts out there, but if you are not engaging with your audience, they will not buy from you. Why? Because you're boring, and we do not need to or have time to be boring on social media, because there are so many people out there. Instagram has 1.3 billion users and TikTok has 1 billion users, which is bizarre because they came out like 2 years ago. And about 30% of those users are business owners vying for the attention of your audience. So best believe binge-worthy content is your way to go, because you want your audience to be engrossed in your content. What binge-worthy does is it sets your audience up for endless scrolling. And now they're getting to know you all in a couple of hours, in a couple of minutes, and they're making the decision, I want to buy. I want to buy. But of course, I'm going ahead of myself. Let's dive into some of these things. So I want to know from you, and you can feel free to use the chat. What do all 3 of these people have in common? We have Oprah, we have Tyler Perry, and we have Cardi B. What do all 3 of them have in common? There's no right or wrong answer, by the way. I've heard people say they're all Black, they're all human. It's true.
They have a voice.
They all have a voice. That's good. Sherry says, I design bridal accessories for men and women. Okay, yes. Rich, yep. A huge following, definitely. So yes, that is what they all have in common. But most importantly, what they have in common is that they all have leveraged video content in order to build a multi-billion-dollar business or a multi-million-dollar business. Before Oprah was Oprah, before she picked up that microphone, no one knew who she was. When she picked up that microphone and started doing news anchor, Then she started to blow up. And from there, she ended up having her own show. From there, she started creating movies. She recognized, if I want to reach more people, I need to leverage video. The same thing with Tyler. I found out about him when I was in high school, and he was doing this for a very long time. But it wasn't until Medea hit DVD that people started to realize, oh, this is who he is. So I'm telling you right now, if you want to build a large following and you want to do it quickly, and you want to solidify your credibility, you got to start doing video content. And now for some of you, you're like, I already know this. I'm already doing video content. How can you help me to elevate that? Absolutely. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I want you to keep in mind how important your message is when it's packaged properly in your videos, because it will equal huge influence, but it will also bring in the income. And it's the same thing with Cardi. When Cardi started out, she was stripping in some strip club. Nobody really knew her. And then she started doing TV shows, took her music to video, and she was able to build her business, right? And so I want you to understand that your social media is more than just, I'm putting out my services and my products. Your social media is an audience generating tool. And when you have your audience there and you have properly nurtured them, then you can make your offers to them and they want to buy from you. Because the reality is you have what it is that they have been praying for. Somewhere out there, people are on their knees praying and asking God, Lord, I need help with this. I need help with that. And he has wrapped the answer up in you. But you need to make yourself known, make your presence known on video, on social media, so that when God says, because here's the reality about God, Holy Spirit is the one who brings your clients to you. I know a lot of us think I'm gonna just post the content and that's it. No, Holy Spirit is the one who brings them to you, because he's the one who's listening to the prayers and he's directing them your way. But let's make his job a lot easier by creating amazing content so that when they land on our page, all they're going is, oh, you're right, God, this is exactly who I want to work with. You want to make sure you're creating content that's not going to stop them from buying, that's not going to stop them from joining your community, but that's going to entice them to want to do that, right? So Holy Spirit is like, I'm going to partner with you, but make sure that you are creating content that speaks directly to your target audience, just so that they know I'm the person to work with. So usually I go into a spiel about these three, but you guys already know the importance of creating video content. So I'm actually going to go right into this one right here. I want to know from all of you, has anyone ever seen these movies without seeing the trailer first? You can just type yes or no in the chat. And I'm pretty sure you recognize these movies. These are all big movies, right? We got Black Panther. We got, Verkisha, you've never seen any of the trailers before you watch the movie, right? We got Get Out. Exactly. We got Titanic. Because what the movie industry has recognized is that if we want to get a large amount of people coming in to watch our movies, we must first release trailers. We must first release commercials. And that's exactly what your reels are. And I love that Instagram is like, yo, we're going to push out reels, because they recognize that I got to remain relevant. When TikTok launched, let's be real, TikTok is not the first social media platform to push out vertical content. Snapchat is, but TikTok just took it away, right? Instagram recognized we want to remain relevant and be number one in our industry like we have been for the last 10 years. And TikTok started to give them a run for their relevancy. Why is relevancy so important? Well, let's ask some businesses who didn't think relevancy was important. Blockbuster. Nobody even remembers Blockbuster like that. Oh, what about Napster? Napster was out when I was in college. Napster used to be our number one music supplier. MP3s came out and knocked them out the water. Even Kodak, oh my goodness, I heard this amazing story about Kodak. By the way, I used to work right across the street from Kodak. Kodak, back in the 80s, I believe, had the software for digital cameras. And because they were afraid, they never launched it. And now look at them. So remaining relevant is super important. If you do not hop on video content and if you do not create videos that are relevant to your audience, what's going to happen is social media is going to suppress it, and then no one's going to know you. And I know for a lot of you, because the same thing happens to me and the same thing happens to a bunch of my clients who I talk to, they are so tired of being the expert that no one knows. You are not anyone's best kept secret. When you leverage your social media platform, when you are creating your videos in a way that is speaking to your target audience, you don't have to worry about, will my audience find me? Because now you have positioned yourself in a way for them to come chasing after you. And that is the power of your video content. What a lot of people aren't sharing, because this is something that God has shared with me, is your video will travel this world 2 times faster than anyone else would. I'm sitting here in New York and I got video content in Africa. Your videos will enter rooms before anyone else, before you ever enter the rooms. So I want you to think about, like, who am I serving today? How can I add value today? How can I change someone's life? How can I help them through my video content? And most importantly, how can I build an effective relationship with them through my video content? That's what you want to keep in mind. And trust and believe, I'm going to share a secret with you that's going to help you in order to do that, so that you can effectively package your messages in your videos. So as a producer, when I worked at the TV industry for the last 12, 14 years, my job was to package messages and your offer in a short form video so that you can monetize. Sometimes it was long form. When I was working at A&E, my job was to cross over into international waters with our content. It was also to rebrand our content to reach a younger generation. So I'm skilled at showing you how to package your message so that you can reach your target audience. It doesn't matter what age group they are, as long as you are speaking their language and what you offer is juicy and enticing, then they will come your way, right? So let me share this with you. I'm gonna skip this second secret. We'll go back to that second secret. But I want to share this with you, which is my high converting Reels formula. This formula has helped me make $1,000 in 3 days and $5,000 in 1 day, but it also has helped me go viral a couple of times on social media. So this is my high converting Reels formula, and it's super simple. It's only 3 steps. Hook, hold, help. Hook, hold, help. That's it for you to remember. You got to hook them by catching your audience attention. And then you got to hold their attention by conveying your message or your story. And then you got to help them with your call to action. Let me tell you right now, call to actions are super important. I see a lot of people like not really leveraging them because they don't know how to use it, or improperly leveraging them because they hear a lot of social media gurus say, hey, you need a call to action. So they're just throwing it on there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I did a whole teaching on call to actions that actually convert. We don't have time to go into them now, but after this, I will make you an offer so that you'll be able to access this free webinar that I actually did. Well, it's a free Clubhouse room that I did so that you can actually learn how to create call to actions that actually convert. So I'm going to show you how I leverage this formula to make $1,000 in 3 days, but then also when I was launching my webinar, how I was able to promote my webinar to get people to sign up.
I ain't never been with a baddie. She calm, so I add her to the tally. Oh shit, okay, here we go.
Nah, I ain't never been with a baddie. She calm, so I add her to the tally. Madison button calling her Maddie. Like Mads try to send me that.
So this video, thank you. This video I actually posted in about December. Yeah, in December. And this video brought me $1,000 in 3 days, right? I let people know, like, hey, this is what you look like before you take my class. And this is what you look like after you take my class. And 2 people bought. How amazing is that? My master class is priced at $497. So pricing your classes are super important too, because if you price at $25, you're going to need 25 times whatever that number is in order to hit $1,000. But if you price at $497, you only need 2 people so that you can actually hit that $1,000. And so for me, I'm very intentional with pricing. Why? Because your price is your brand. Your price is your brand. If you are telling people I'm an expert and I am the best at this, then your price needs to reflect that. Nobody goes to the expert and who's the best at this and pays a little bit of money for it. Now, on the flip side, because we know that Walmart has done this and they have done this very well. On the flip side, you can offer low ticket offers, which is perfectly fine, but just know you got to sell a lot more of that. You got to sell a lot more of that. Now, this class isn't about what your offer look like. It's more so about packaging your offer in your video so that people would want to buy it. Did I hit it?
Not even close.
So the funny thing is, when I posted this reel, it actually flopped. It flopped on TikTok and it flopped on Instagram. But it accomplished what it needed to do, which was to get people to sign up for my free webinar. When I released it, people were like, this looks like a commercial. And I'm like, it is a commercial. Why? Because reels are commercials that represent your brand. Now, you do not have to produce your videos to look just like mine. No, you can actually produce quality content that is engaging your audience, that isn't transitions. That isn't a lot of camera angles. Although if you work with me, I'm definitely going to encourage you and push you to do that, because people get bored real quick. But this video actually flopped on both of my platforms, but people signed up for my webinar. Why do I bring this up? Because each video that you are posting should have a goal attached to it and a strategy attached to it. When you are pushing out your content, if you do not have a goal attached to it, how do you know that you are hitting your goals? How do you know that you are hitting your marks? So when you're creating your content, I want you to think, I want this video to grow my following. I want this video to bring in money. I want this video to boost my engagement, and know that each video should have a different strategy attached to it. So I talk about, not in this class, but I talk about in my inner circle, 3 types of stories that you should be telling on social media. And please excuse me, I feel like I'm like going fast, but at the same time, I feel like I'm going slow. So if I'm going too fast, tell me, slow down, sis, slow down. Slow down, sis.
You don't have
No,
to.
go.
You don't have to. I mean, the pace is great, but you don't have to rush. We are absolutely entrepreneurs that are in control of our life and our time. So if we feel this is valuable and you go over past 9, it's absolutely fine. So have at it. It's all yours. This is a paid, This is a paid Zoom space. So and we all pay for it together so that we can stay on for as long as need be.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, people who have to leave, they leave, and the rest of us will be here. And if anybody who's here wants to see it, they can watch it in replay on YouTube. So continue, my darling.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Boss moves. We are in control of our time. I love that you did that. And I'm gonna let you know right now that there are a lot of people you are called to serve, who is praying to be in charge of their time. And they're waiting for you to show up so that you can help them be in charge of their time, right? Like that's what we're here to do. We are here to serve. So I was sharing that there are 3 types of stories that you should be telling on social media. I won't go into full details, but one story is called brand building. These are the stories that you are telling where you are adding value. This is where you are giving tips. These stories highlight your brand so that people know, okay, I know exactly what that person does. I know exactly what they offer, and I'm ready to buy, right? That's brand building. That's showing you as the engaging expert. The next story that you should be telling is emotionally evoking stories. Emotionally evoking stories. These stories drive engagement. These are personal stories. You're overcoming stories. These are stories that people, when they watch it, they identify it because you're speaking their language. And now you are prompting them to make comments on your page. Why is this important? Because you have to train your audience to buy from you and to engage with you. If you notice that your engagement is super low, it is going to be super difficult to make sales on social media, because you need to train your audience, which I love sharing. I show you how to do that in my inner circle, and I also show you how to do that in my boot camp, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then the last story to tell is your activate action story. Your activate action story is where you actually make your offer and you let them know, hey, if you're ready to buy, this is what this is, right? Do not be afraid to make your offers. Do not be afraid to make your offers. Why? When I first started out, my content was going viral. And I'm like, okay, God, my content is going viral. My follower count was going up, but my bank account was not. And I'm like, Lord, why am I not making no money? What's going on here? I'm going viral. And he said, because you have nothing to offer. Now, for me at the time, I had a poverty mindset and I had a lack mindset. So talking about money, I was afraid of. I was like allergic to it. Trust and believe that. But I had to take a month off of social media. And then I started to think about what is it that I'm actually offering, right? I actually created an offer. It was a $97 offer, and I put it out there and someone bought it. The next month, I created a $475 offer and someone bought that. By month 3, I created a $5,000 offer and someone bought that. So the reason why I'm saying thank you very much. Do not be afraid to make your offers, because like I said, Holy Spirit is the one sending the clients your way. Now, does your offer needs to be fully intact and completely ready to go before you make your offers? Absolutely not. When I made my $475 offer, it was sort of ready. When I made my $5,000 offer, that thing was in my head. It was literally in my head. That's it. And I was like, yeah, I have it all in my head. I'll write it out for you like afterwards, and you grow and you go as you are going, right? Here's why I'm saying this, because when I started off this webinar, what did I tell you? When movies are releasing commercials, the movies aren't even ready yet. They recognize I need to whet the appetite of my audience first to see who's going to bite. So those of you who are still working on your offers, put it out there anyway and see who's going to bite. You can put it out there as a sign up. You can put it out there in your videos. You can start teaching the content and start gauging your audience to see, okay, who wants this? Who wants this? And pivot as you need to pivot, but trust and believe.
My word, pivot.
Pivot. Trust and believe what you have to offer is that enticing, but people need to know about it. So back to the high converting Reels formula: hook, hold, help. So you only have 3 seconds to hook your audience. I'm going to show you how to do it in one. And that is with a movement hook. A movement. So we have 2 types of hook. We have a text hook and a movement hook. I'll go into the text hooks soon. But the movement hook is where you are just moving in your videos. Me, I do transitions. Some people, they just move around, they lean forward, whatever it is that you need to do. Why is a movement hook so important? Because there are a lot of people who are teaching and putting out content and they just look like this the entire time. They're just sitting still. So people are scrolling on by. But as soon as you do something different, you create a pattern interrupt. You are now grabbing the attention of your audience. Why? Because we don't got two seconds to waste. We can't gamble the remaining 2 seconds of catching someone's attention. So catch their attention in one. Now, a text hook is just as great. It may take about 3 seconds to do a text hook. I've talked about a second. That's cool, right? But a text hook is a big promise that you make your audience. It could be a question, or it could be 3 tips to this, 4 steps to blah, 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 right? Like those hooks are good because when your audience is searching for an answer, once you put that out there, they know, okay, this is the person that I get to go to. So that is your hook. Remember, 3 seconds to hook. Catch them in one. Catch them in one. Hold. You hold your audience attention by adding value and delivering on your promise. So if you gave them a big promise, or you said 3 steps to blah, 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 make sure that you are actually delivering on that promise. If you use a movement hook and a text hook, which I definitely recommend using both of them at the same time, make sure that you are adding value by delivering on your promise, or you are telling a story, because not all the time are we going to be teaching. Sometimes we're going to be telling a story, personal stories at that, so that our audience can see, oh, that person's human and they are a faithful friend. Now, why did I just say faithful friend? Because at first when I started, I said, you got to be an engaging expert, right? Because you could be a boring expert, but I'm telling you to be an engaging expert, right? People will know that you are an expert, but people won't buy from you unless they trust you. They only trust you when they see you as a faithful friend as well. So sharing your personal stories will help you come off as personable and relatable. And now people want to work with you because you have both factors, right? The know, love, and trust factor. And then the last thing is to help your audience. Help them know that you are the one that they should buy from. Help them know that there is something for them to do next. This is also how we train our audience. This is where your call to actions come into play. Tell them what to do next. Buy this from me. Well, don't really say buy this from me. I really like using the call to action, DM a specific word in order to get access to this. So for me, it's DM Reels to get access to my free webinar, DM Content Calendar to get access to my content calendar, right? I'm telling you right now, that call to action works all the time. It works all the time. It's pure genius. It does 2 things. It boosts engagement and it lets you know who's ready to buy. So whatever your word is, and you can feel free to change them up for different offers, whatever your word is, find that word and put it out there just so that you are using it and your audience knows, like, all right, I'm ready, right? So give them a call to action. Here's why. I remember talking to someone where he ended up signing up. He was what does he do? He ended up joining my free webinar, and then we had a conversation so he could join my inner circle, because my inner circle, there's an application process that is required. You got to fill out the questions, then we got to have a conversation, and then you can work with me, right? So he said that he saw my video on TikTok, and I was saying like, oh, here's why your videos aren't converting, because you need a call to action. And then I gave them 7 call to actions. And I said, I don't remember what my call to action was. It could have been like caption for deets or slide in my DMs if you want more information. Oh no, it was like DM Reels if you want access to my webinar. So he DM'd Reels. He watched my webinar, we had a conversation, and he told me the reason why I caught his attention is, one, he wasn't using call to actions. He felt weird using them because he felt like if people wanted to participate or like or share his content, they would just do it. And I thought to myself, okay, I see Loretta shaking her head like, no, exactly. No, that don't even make no sense. Even Jesus had call to actions. He said, come to the cross, come to me, right? Jesus didn't just show up and was like, yes, guys, I'm just going to be healed.
I'm
today.
here.
Okay, he didn't do that. He had many call to actions, right? So why do we have to have call to actions, especially on social media? Because people won't know what to do next. There are so much information out there. Sometimes people forget to like, sometimes people forget to comment, but most importantly, they don't know what you're offering. And they won't know it unless you actually put your call to action out there. So you have to train your audience by putting out your call to actions so that they can respond to it. Also, you won't know that they're ready to buy unless you put out a call to action. So I'm telling you, this formula works all the time. I use it very strategically. Like I use it on all my videos, but I use it very strategically depending on like what goal do I want to hit for that video. All right, so before I read the power of Reels, I want to know from you all, is this good? Like, are you learning something? And you can just, all right, I see the thumbs up coming in. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yep, thumbs up. Got it. All right. Yes, I see those yeses in the chat. So the power of Reels, not just Reels. This is the power of your video content. It does 3 things: pre-sells your audience, primes your audience, and persuades your audience, right? So 3 things: it pre-sells your audience, it primes your audience, and it persuades your audience. Pre-selling, when you are creating your video content, it is invisibly selling to your audience so that by the time they get to you, they are ready to buy. So when I talked about binge-worthy content, if someone is binging your page and you are adding value, you are serving them, you are letting them know who you are, you have made your position known, you are the expert, guess what's happening? They're spending so much time with you that by the time you make your offer, they're sliding in your DMs like, I'm ready to work with you. How much does it cost? So actually, this is one of my favorite testimonies. My girl, Natalie, she's one of my clients. She created binge-worthy content and someone recommended someone to her. And that person, after binging her content for 3 hours, just went ahead and bought. She didn't even have to hop on a consultation call. She didn't have to inquire. She clicked the link in her bio, checked out her prices, and purchased a session. And that is my goal for anyone who works with me, to be honest, because I'm like, sometimes we don't got time for all these discovery calls. I do like my discovery calls though, right? But sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, you want to be able to be in control of your time. You want to be able to go on vacation and come back to $5,000 or get $6,000 before you go on vacation. That has happened to me. Okay. That has happened to me several times. My business coach said to me, it looks like every time you go on vacation, you come back to $5,000. I'm like, I know, right? But that is the power of binge-worthy content. And that is also the power of consistency. That's the power of consistency. So your videos are going to pre-sell your audience so that by the time they get to you, they're ready to buy. If your content is not speaking to your audience in a way to let them know, hey, this is what I'm offering, here's how I'm serving you, here's how you can work with me, then you need to throw it out and start all over again. Because that's not the purpose of your videos. The purpose of your videos is to pre-sell your audience. They need to know that you are the engaging expert. Primes your audience, and this is my favorite one. This nurtures your audience and cultivates a relationship with them. Now, here's the thing. We're going to have thousands upon thousands of followers. you're not going to have time to be able to reach out to each one individually. So you're going to need to be able to build relationships with your audience through your videos. Yes, through your videos. Loretta knows this because she was already in television, right? But Will Smith is my god brother. Not really, but I love sharing that with people. The only reason why I say that he's my god brother is because he was able to build a relationship with me through his content, so much so that I feel like he's part of my family. And not just Will Smith, because for some of you, I put up Oprah and some of y'all were like, oh yeah, that's Auntie O. Yeah, oh, that's Mama O. That's Queen Mother right there, right? Like we have relationships with celebrities like Beyonce, where people are part of her beehive and they ain't never met her before a day in their life. But her content is so good that they were able to build a relationship. Well, she was able to build a relationship with them through her content. So you need to keep this in mind too. Like my presence is building a relationship. My emotions, building a relationship. The words I speak is building a relationship with my audience through my content. So I remember when I was on Instagram, I'm still on Instagram, but I remember someone hit me up and was like, hey girl, I had a dream about you. You were on my side of the town. You were shooting reels. We started dancing. We started shooting reels together. And I said, thank you so much. Because the best part about that story is we don't know each other. We never met before. We just know each other through our content. So you know you got your audience when you take a break from social media and they sliding in your DMs like, where you at? We miss you. Come back. Is everything okay? You want that. You want that because that's how you know they are wildly engaged. If your audience is asleep, you got to train them to wake up. So building a relationship through your videos is going to help you to prime your audience. And then the last thing it does is it persuades your audience. It persuades your audience. It helps your audience become the person who wants to buy. So your content should be overcoming objections that they have in their mind on why they don't want to buy, or why they can't buy right now, right? Your content should be constantly letting them know like, hey, I'm the person to work with, but not just because I have what you need, but because I'm really going to help you get the transformation that you desire. Remember what I said, trust in the law of sowing and reaping. When you are adding value, when you are serving your audience, then they desire to work with you. They trust you and they know like, oh, this person is the real deal. This person is the real deal. So serve your audience and serve them faithfully. So I'm going to go into binge-worthy and then we will be done, right? So why binge-worthy content? Because clearly I was talking about it a little bit, right? But there's many things that binge-worthy does. The first one I said before was that it sets your audience up for endless scrolling. But the other thing it does is that it triggers the algorithm to keep pushing your content, right? Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, what is their major competition? Your attention. It's not each other, it's your attention. If you are traveling, if you are watching TV, if you are spending time with family, now your attention is not on their platform. So what are they doing? They're rewarding content creators by pushing your content if you keep people on the platform long enough, right? So if you are creating binge-worthy content and people are now constantly scrolling through your page, Instagram's gonna push it, TikTok's gonna push it, YouTube's gonna push it, Facebook's gonna push it. And that's what you want, right? But other than the platform, for you, it does three things. It builds trust, it builds community, and it gets the buy-in of your audience. So binge-worthy content builds trust, it builds community, and it gets the buy-in of your audience. It builds trust. When people are binging your content for 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, they are now getting to know you, getting to build a relationship with you, and they're getting to know what it is that you do, what it is that you offer. How do you help them? All because they spent this much time with you. And trust and believe you want them to spend this much time with you. I tell people, be prepared to binge on my page because you're going to love the content, right? Because when they're doing this, now they're getting to know you. They're getting to know you and you're able to build the trust through the videos. It builds community. Definitely it does. How do we know this? Let's look at Netflix. Netflix has a large community around each show. Like when Money Heist came out, I wasn't part of this community, but I became part of the community when I started watching it and binging it, because now it's like, yo, I want to be part of the inside jokes. I want to know what's going on. Squid Games is another one that came out in the fall of last year. And I remember when it came out, I was like, I don't want to watch that show at all. But by the time Instagram was done with it, I was like, I need to be part of that community. I want to know what's going on. So trust and believe, when you create binge-worthy content, you are now creating a community around your content. Your people actually fall in love with you and they want to know more of what it is that you are doing. Oh, thank you, girl. I really appreciate that. Right? So they want to be part of your community. But not only do they want to be part of your community, they are now inviting you and inviting their family to be part of your community. They're inviting you to come and speak. They're inviting you to come and do whatever else, right? But then they're inviting their family and their friends to be part of your community. Your binge-worthy content becomes highly shareable, where now your community grows. And then the last thing it does, it gets the buy-in of your audience. Now they want to buy from you. And we know this because Netflix, who has a Netflix subscription? I know I do, right? Who has a Hulu subscription? I know I do. Who has an Audible subscription? I know I do. I do. I be binging them books like it's crazy. So all of these platforms has let us know where whatever you binge, that's where your money goes. Wherever you binge, that's where your money goes. So if your audience is binging your content, guess what happens? They're going to give you money. They're going to want to buy from you because what it is that you are offering is that good. So that's the reason why I love doing binge-worthy content. And this is the reason why I love sharing it with my audience on how they can do it. So now the biggest question is, and movie industry secret number 3 is, how do you create binge-worthy content? But I'm going to share with you the ultimate secret, which I kind of already shared. Hey, girl. That was my client who was giving me a testimony about how someone just bought after binging her content, which is amazing. But the ultimate secret to binge-worthy reels, which is also movie industry secret number 3, you got to create an escape for your audience. You got to create an escape for your audience. So set your social media up in a way that you are creating an escape for your audience. Why is this important? Because like I said, life is hard, work is harder, and people are coming to you because they're able to just release whatever it is. Like when I talk about getting a way to release, especially people who work in social work, I'm like, how do you release, right? Some people are like, oh, I'm watching TV and whatnot. Get them to watch your social media. Why? Because your social media isn't like trashy TV. Your social media is actually adding value and showing them that you can help them get the transformation that they desire. So if you are a health coach, if you're a fitness coach, you're helping them to lose weight and be able to live longer. If you're someone who works in cosmetics, you're helping them to bring out the beauty in their personality. If you work in fashion, you're helping them to brighten up their wardrobe and add some colors to their life, right? If you're selling accessories, you are helping them spice up their wardrobe so that no matter where they go, they will be a showstopper, right? And so when you create these escapes for your audience, they're now recognizing, wait a second, I need what you have. I need exactly what you have. And not only are you creating an escape for them to come to your page, but then you also set your page up in a way that it becomes a customer buying experience. So now they're escaping to your page and then from your page into your email list, from your page into your course, from your page into your group coaching program, from your page into your event, from your page into your mastermind, whatever it is that you're offering, right? So the escape doesn't just stop on social media, because the reality is if Instagram, TikTok, any of those platforms ever shut down, you don't have any of those people. But when you have an email list, an effective email list, then they're escaping from the platform into your page. So I love creating this experience because the reality is people love experiences. Someone said it when they were like, I create travel experiences. People love experiences. Absolutely. So I want to know from you, if you could create an escape for your clients, wouldn't you? You could just type in the chat yes, or you could type no, right? Wouldn't you create an escape for your audience? Knowing that, like, absolutely, I see these yeses coming in. Knowing that you can catch their attention on social media and now get them to escape to you, right? So I won't have time to go through my escape method, so I actually won't even go through it. But I want to let you know, especially for those who do have an offer, I have a boot camp that I'm launching in July. It's called Invisible Selling Secrets. And a lot of what I shared with you today, I get to work with you for 2 days and show you how to package your message and your offer. So now these are for people who are like, I'm ready to start selling right now. because I'm going to show you invisible selling secrets where you can actually speak to your audience targeted every day and sell to them every day. That's what I do. I sell to my audience every day. They love it. And I love doing it too. And I know people are like, oh, don't always talk about your product. Don't always sell because you're going to wear out your audience. But when you do it in a way that's entertaining and you are serving, then they absolutely want to buy from you. So if you're someone where you're like, you know what, I want to take my social media to the next level. I want to elevate my social media. I'm actually going to drop the link, but also a code. The code is LOA, and you will get $100 off of the boot camp.
Yay.
So, that's what I have for you today. It was amazing.
How amazing was this?
So somebody has to show me how to sign up. I'm volunteering vocally because tech savvy fingernails, you know, but I want to be in your boot camp. So somebody tell me how to do that.
I'll help you, Dr. Loretta.
Okay, see, that's all you do. Ask and it shall be given unto you.
Absolutely. That's it. That's it. Shamara, this has been so amazing. I know what I got from just binge watching your stuff. I know what I got from coming to the free webinar. And then I got the first, I am in your funnel. Absolutely in your funnel. First it was the free webinar, then it was first it was social media. So I binge watched all your TikToks, all your reels, went to your YouTube, watched all of that. Then I watched the free webinar that you did, and just doing one transition, doing some duets. I have viral videos in that short amount of time since I've known you and done some of the things that you said. I've gained almost 2,500 new followers. And then you said, okay, now you got to talk to them. So then I went and I got the $7 ebook. So now I'm just moving my way right on up through your funnel to get to you. And honey, I'm on your heels, just so you know. You stuck with me for life. She is amazing. So if you got value out of this, absolutely go follow her on her social media. Can you put your tags in the chat? Follow her on social media. If you're saying, I can't buy, anything right now, absolutely go and binge everything like I did. Pick up what you can pick up and then start with the low value offers. I'm so appreciative that she has these low entry levels for those of us who are full-time entrepreneurs and making our way up. I almost feel like in this moment, we can't afford not to hire her. Because we talked about this yesterday.
I ain't got time to be messing around. I got to get in camp.
Absolutely. And so the other part to that is we just said yesterday on our call that we have to do things that collapse timeframes because we cannot leave 2022 the same way we came in. And then say, oh my God, 2023 is here. Now let's make some new goals. Well, goals aren't strategies. Goals are wishes. Goals are dreams. And until you attach strategies to them, you will be in the same exact place. So I'm so grateful for you being here. I thank you so, so much. I'm going to talk to you later too. We're going to talk.
Beautiful. Thank you.
What? My people already know, like, and trust you because again, I had already been talking about you for the last 30 days. I actually shared my screen and allowed them to see a YouTube video of you talking about it. So long before they saw you in person today, they already knew about you and already knew how you had impacted my life already. So thank you again for being here. Everybody definitely go follow. Thank you everybody for being here this morning. And we'll see you, the 8 o'clock, we have 8 a.m. and an 8 p.m. So the 8 p.m. people will be on tonight at 8 p.m. for the Law of Attraction end of your day routines. We do the beginning and then the 8 o'clock people will do that. And then we'll see each other back again tomorrow. So thank you everybody for attending and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day, everyone.
When the student's ready, the teacher appears. My course just launched. So now I got to get in camp.
Exciting. Bye, everyone.